of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We FM is SVG.
Good afternoon and welcome to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Shop with confidence at Courts. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to VFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene. Police on April 23, 2025, arrested and jointly charged Zendi Woodley, a 19-year-old water taxi operator of Cemetery Hill, Beckway, and Roy Harry, a 16-year-old water taxi operator of the same address, with the offense of assault. According to investigations, the duo allegedly assaulted an 18-year-old dishwasher of Port Elizabeth, Beckway, by boxing him in his head and slapping him on the left side of his face, causing actual bodily harm. The offense was committed on March 7, 2025, in Port Elizabeth, Beckway. Woodley and Harry were both granted station bail in the sum of $1,500 each, with one surety. They are expected to appear before the Beckway Magistrate Court today to answer to the charge. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said the government has already addressed more than half of the 6,000 houses earmarked for varying levels of repair. Speaking Wednesday on radio, Dr. Gonsalves said steady progress is being made with 3,500 houses already addressed, and now, with the procurement of 300 prefab houses soon to be delivered, this will significantly augment the rebuilding process. The government signed an agreement on Tuesday, April 22nd, for the procurement of 200 two-bedroom and 100 three-bedroom prefab houses from Trinidad in batches of 50 over the coming weeks. The areas for these houses have already been identified, and the bases are currently being constructed. Meanwhile, Dr. Gonsalves continued to lament the challenge with labor, noting that there is still a shortage of skilled labor in the country. Dr. Gonsalves encouraged persons to come forward and work together. The Prime Minister also called for homeowners to be reasonable and understanding. Still on the local scene, Honorable Kiesel Peters, Minister of National Mobilization, has called on the Church to continue to create a culture of compassion and a safe space for children. Speaking on Wednesday at a church service to observe Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month, Minister Peters said it takes a collective approach in the protection of the nation's children. Minister Peters stressed, we need every voice raised, every prayer whispered, and every message echoed from every pulpit, every platform to remind our communities that a child's tears are heaven's heartbreak. That protecting a child is not only our social responsibility, but it is our spiritual obligation. She noted that while the government continues to build on policy and initiatives to support and protect the nation's children from neglect and abuse, a collaborative approach would do even more. Activities to observe Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month culminate with whistle stops today, April 25th, beginning at Heritage Square through to various communities and schools. On to news in the region. A tattoo and piercing artist, known in Antigua as Mongoose, has been sentenced to 3.5 years in prison after pleading guilty to illegal firearm and ammunition possession. Ozzy Kelvin Russell, 40, a resident of Lightfoot, appeared in court on Wednesday where he admitted to 3 firearm-related offenses. Following his guilty plea, he remained in custody until his sentencing hearing. According to authorities, a search warrant was executed at Russell's residence early Tuesday morning by members of the Criminal Investigation Department Task Force. During their search at approximately 6:55 a.m., officers discovered a Glock 80 pistol with 10 rounds of ammunition and a firearm suppressor. The court imposed the sentence of 3 years and 6 months for firearm possession, with additional 1-year sentences for both ammunition possession and suppressor possession. All sentences will run concurrently, resulting in a total prison term of 3.5 years. Randy Connaught, acting Commissioner of Police, says Grenada recorded an increase in overall crimes by 1.6% in 2024 when compared to the previous year. However, that increase is not reflected in the major crimes category, but in the area of petty crimes and property crimes. He further explained that the force had a solvency rate of 74.8% of all crimes reported. Mr. Connaught stated that this success rate is among the highest in the region and the goal for 2025 is to take the solvency rate up to 80%. According to ACP Vanny Cohen, head of crimes of the Royal Grenada Police Force, the force will be employing the use of technology-based devices to fight and reduce crimes on the island. This will include several new initiatives, including expanding its drones unit. Grenada has no law or policy as it pertains to the use of drones for private or state use, but private owners are required to register their drones with the police. In September 2024, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell told the Parliament that through the Ministry of National Security, Grenada will develop rules and policies pertaining to the use of drones, and these guidelines will focus on identifying no-fly zones. On the international scene, U.S. federal prosecutors have filed a formal notice seeking the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, the man accused of killing a healthcare boss in New York. In the filing, prosecutors argue that the 26-year-old killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson to amplify an ideological message and spark resistance to the health insurance industry. The move was made just hours ahead of his plea hearing on 4 federal charges later on Friday. Mr. Thompson was shot dead outside a hotel on December 4th, and Mr. Mangione was arrested days later in Pennsylvania after a nationwide manhunt. In the capital punishment formal notice, filed on Thursday, prosecutors say Mr. Mangione poses a future danger because of his expressed intention to target the healthcare industry and rally support to his cause through violence. He is facing 11 state criminal counts in New York, including first-degree murder and murder as a crime of terrorism. Finally, in sports, the jersey worn by Kobe Bryant on his Los Angeles Lakers debut in 1996 has been sold for $7 million at an auction. It becomes the 4th most expensive game-worn sports jersey of all time. The American spent his entire life with the Lakers, winning the NBA championship 5 times and being crowned the most valuable player once in 2008. The jersey was first sold in 2013, 7 years before Bryant and his daughter, Gianna, died in a helicopter crash. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Shanika Stapleton. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News came to you with a kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Looking for the right pair of frames to make you look glamorous? Come to Quartz Optical. You'll find a wide selection of stylish frames from Prada, Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, plus new arrivals for you to choose from. Get up to 30% off lens and frames, 15% off cash purchases $999 and over. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today at quartzoptical.com. Wear it today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz Optical, value you can see. Offer ends April 24th, 2025.